Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Conversations in Aurora with Neighbur. I'm your host, Sean Riddell. Of course, once again, we're back. And today we've got a full house. We've got some friends in here today. We've got the amazing, the hilarious, the awesome Brent Morning. And also joining us is Greg Mandziuk, who is from We Care, the charity. So welcome in, guys. How's it going?
Great.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Sun's shining, no complaints, and I believe, we're getting into these steps. We're able to get out and golf again, and I think that's one of the big reasons why we're here today. We're here to talk about some local initiatives, some charities, stuff Brent's really involved in. I know Greg's really involved in it. I'll throw it to you first, Brent. I want to ask you about your golf tournament, so tell us a little bit about that.
Well, since 2014, we've had a little tournament at Kettle Creek, and due to the pandemic, we've had to adapt it this year. We're offering Cardinal e-vouchers on the east and west courses of Cardinal. If you go to charitygolfchallenge.ca, you can buy your Cardinal e-voucher for a round of golf on the east or west courses. Once you buy your e-voucher, you get a voucher code in the email, and you phone and book your own tee-off time, and then you take your voucher. They'll ask for your voucher code on the day of your golf event, and they'll turn on it. And you and two friends or three friends or yourself can go on the golf course, and after you play golf, you go home. Basically a portion of the proceeds go to We Care from each round of golf sold. And to date, there has been 62 rounds sold.
Wow, that's amazing. And how many more rounds are available, just so people know?
There's 152 the system is set up for, so there's about
awesome.
There's like 110 left or so, or 91, I believe. So
let's get out and golf, everybody. Let's go have some fun.
Yeah,
I know.
Eventually, you're going to make it, aren't you, Sean? You hope.
Oh, 100%. I heard Paul Dutton's buying up some foursomes, so hopefully I get the call for at least one of those. I think I'm in the top. What would that be? Top 32 friends list. Hopefully, I'm a part of that. Right?
Well, you'll find out.
I will find out. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's always a great time. I always enjoyed, heading over to the golf tournament over at Kettle Creek is always a fun time. Never really shot that well. You'd think because it's a smaller course, you'd play a little better, but I guess I got to work on my short game.
I will tell you that one of the years, because the ones that I worked at, I actually got to play too. We were the winning foursome one year, but we cheated, so that doesn't really make any difference. But I think what's really
that comes out.
Yeah, what's really great is that because of COVID, courses weren't allowed to have tournaments. They didn't have any golfers first for a long time. Now the courses are open again, but you can't do shotgun starts yet because we're still in phase one. So if you have a tournament, the first group goes off the first tee, then 10 minutes later, then 10 minutes later. So it makes for a long day, and it's just not great for a small tournament format where everybody can then join for lunch. And that was always been a big fun part of Brent's event, is everybody just sits out on the patio later and chats, and we do our prizing and everything else. What's great about this format is that Brent supporters are Brent supporters. I've been doing this tournament for a few years, handling the paperwork and everything, and you see the same names, same people coming back year after year to golf and to sponsors. So, to see that they've stepped up, because it's been, as everybody knows, it's been tough times for everybody. But the supporters keep coming back. I guess registration's been open for a couple of months now, Brent. And we've got, like you said, 62 golfers, rounds of golf so far, plus thousands of dollars in sponsorship already. So
it's amazing.
I think we're going to get over $10,000 this year raised, which is great.
Yeah, so it's exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. So $10,000 this year, and so overall, how much would you say the total donation numbers are at? It's got to be pretty amazing.
The first 7 years, it was around $72,000.
Wow, that's amazing.
So I was just hoping to raise maybe $6,000-$7,000 a year for 7-8 years and be happy with that, because it was basically something for me to do. So any money on top of that was gravy, but it turned into all of a sudden, a couple of years ago, it turned into $19,000 somehow. I don't know, and people seem to like the format, and they seem to enjoy it. It's basically fun. Quite often, I would sit on the patio and hear people, Doc, here comes your ball. Like and you don't get that on big course.
Yeah.
You sometimes get people. Sometimes people get angry on big course, but Kettle Creek, we're all friends. They all kind of know each other from. It's like, Doc, get out of the way.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a nice feeling.
I was just going to say, and the connection with us, with We Care, specifically is Brent, when he was younger, like 2 years ago or whatever it was, he went to Easter Seals camp. So there was that natural connection. Brent did a bunch, he was at the Bobby Orr skate for Easter Seals for a number of years, and then started this tournament. Well, We Care, we're kind of like a brother to Easter Seals. We specifically raise funds to send kids with disabilities to camps across the country. So there are 2 camps here in Ontario, one in London and one in Perth. So for us to be involved, and it began because of COVID. Again, there were no camps last year, no day camps, because they were closed. You couldn't go. So Easter Seals across the country developed virtual camps, because for the kids, that's the one time a year where they can get out, independence, get away from their parents, they like to say. And so they developed virtual camps, and they were hugely successful. They carried on after the summer season ended. It went through the year, some of them. So that's the case again this year, because of the rules aren't quite finished yet. They're setting up virtual camps. So the funding is still needed. And, that's where we're there to help. And Brent's tournament is there to help. It's great.
Yeah, it's super crucial funds, and I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. Being at home and not being able to go to camps, have that independence, get away from their parents, and have a little bit of fun, and it's so crucial. So that's great to hear that they're doing virtual camps. But obviously, it'll be exciting when everybody can get back out and go to camp and have a good time.
And let me share a quick camp story with you. So,
let's hear it.
We have 2 ambassadors who represent our kids every year, a girl and a boy. Our boy ambassador, his name is Shamel. He went to camp for the first time 2 summers ago. It's a physical camp. Loved it. Can't wait to go back. Couldn't go back. Shamel has some issues with his back, so scoliosis. He went to the doctors, and the doctor said, listen, we may have to do an operation. We may have to, your back just isn't doing well. And like a lot of kids, they've been through a number of operations. And this was just a couple of weeks before he went to camp. So he was all down, and his dad said, you know what, just go to camp, enjoy camp. We'll worry about it later. He went to camp, had a great time, came back, went back to the doctor, and the doctor said, oh, how you doing? How you feeling? He goes, oh, my back's a little sore because I was climbing rock, doing the rock climbing while at camp. And the doctor's like, what? You were doing it? And he showed him pictures, because these camps, they're adaptable. Every kid can do everything. So he showed the doctors these pictures. Yeah, here's me on the rock climbing wall. And the doctor said, you can do that. You don't need an operation. I'll see you in a year. So it's just those little kind of stories that, makes it all worthwhile.
That's
amazing. Brent, I'm sure you have some fond memories at camp. Do you have any fun camp stories you can share?
Actually, I do. I was only 8 years old, but I only went one time. Basically, I enjoyed it, but I missed home. I wasn't a traveler, so I like to be around home during the summertime. And one thing that we did, we had, if I can remember, we had Halloween in July, where I think it was the camp director, I guess the boss or the head honcho, so to speak. He would dress up in whatever it was, a costume, and deliver a plate full of cookies around each cabin, and each child would help themselves, and there'd be a different plate of cookies for each cabin. And I think I was in cabin number 5, to tell you the truth, and my counselors were named Simon and Ron. So I have very fond memories, and as Greg said, they have much better options nowadays, and they still have a lot of activities, but nothing. I don't think anybody heard of rock climbing for kids in my position years ago, and I was fortunate, as Greg said, everything was set up so everybody could do it. And there was lots of help around if you couldn't. So, and I thoroughly enjoyed my experiences. That's why feel it's very important to step up if I'm in a position to help. In the last 7 or 8 years, I guess I found out I was in a position to help because we certainly raised a lot of money. So, and I thank the community and my sponsors and supporters because without them, none of this is possible.
That's right. Yeah, it's turned into a fan favorite. I tell you, every year at the staff office, it's we got the golf tournament coming up. Everybody get ready. Who's playing this year? I'm like, yeah, I'm in every time. And then we get the handouts of everybody on their newspaper with their foursome. And I love the end, like Greg was mentioning, where everybody just gets together, sits down, enjoys some food, and then the prizes come out, which obviously I never win. We don't ever finish first. Greg admits that he did cheat. So what was the gimme range? Are we talking like 2-3 feet? What was the gimme range?
I think it's automatic 2-putt on the green no matter where you start.
Hey, that's fun golf. I'll take that kind of golf every single day.
Absolutely.
When I get out there with my buddies, it's like by the rule book, and my score doesn't turn out too good if I do that.
At the time in the beginning, Kevin Collins, who's now president and CEO of Easter Seals Ontario, he was the boss at We Care, so I pretty much had to let him cheat.
Yeah. No whistle blowing. Just let it happen. If he wins, he wins. No, that's great. And like I said, hanging out afterwards in the auctions and stuff. There's always such great items up for grabs, and I'm looking forward to when we can do that again. Hopefully next year. What do you think, Brent?
Hopefully next year. Yeah, hopefully we're working on a plan behind the scenes now. So I don't know what it will
confidential.
Hopefully in the fall we can all get together with Cardinal and figure out a plan and go forward with it, and hopefully everybody comes out and enjoys the day, and we continue to raise whatever we raise.
Some critically needed funds. I love it. All right, we're just going to throw it to a quick break, and we will be right back, everybody.
Hi, I'm Tina Finelli. I'm one of the hosts for See What She Could Do Conversations, the podcast. I'd love for you to come explore stories, adventures, and resources that inspire and keep you moving. We invite you to join us as we uncover stories of hope, resilience, community, and creative thinking from active women and sports lovers just like you. We celebrate the challenges and successes that spark growth, and we talk to supporters who encourage us to do all that we love most. So come check us out, See What She Can Do Conversations, the podcast at seewhatshecando.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right, we're back. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, staying here with us. So, Greg, I wanted to ask you, what are some other ways that people can support We Care and all the services that you guys offer?
Again, it's been a crazy year, so like everybody, we couldn't do in-person events. We are the charity of choice of the food service and hospitality industry, so many of our events involved, in-person golf tournaments. This year, we just finished our gala a few weeks ago, which was a virtual gala for the second year in a row. Last year was the first year we did it. Brent was actually an award winner, so he had to do his thank you online, like everybody else.
Not a big deal.
Yeah. So, but we came up with a plan last fall to do a drive-in movie night.
Love it.
Again, the COVID rules, stage one, where we're just coming out of now. You have to sit in your car. You can't, put a lawn chair out back or anything like that. But we're hoping that's going to change. So we had one in late June, and we have another one coming up on July 23rd, and another one coming up on August 27th. So basically for $50 a car, and we've got some great major sponsors, Pepsi and Maple Leaf. You pull in, you bring your carload of people. We give you a bunch of snacks and drinks. We have raffle prizes. And it's just
awesome.
a great way for people to kind of get back to acclimatizing themselves. We still have to make sure everybody is parked properly, space-wise and everything. We follow all the proper protocol. But for us, that's our next big 2 nights at the drive-in. It's a family event. Really, the easiest way to find out more about it, because the registration is always up there, is on our website, and it's an easy one. It's We Care Canada. WeCare-Canada.org. We just changed it. We used to be friends with We Care. We're now known as We Care, so it's WeCare-Canada.org, and it's on our events page. And it's people are liking it. I think, just to be able to get out of the house again and start to do some things. And you're going and you're watching a couple of movies at the drive-in. We rent a big portable screen. It's not actually at a drive-in theater. We're in the parking lot of Maple Leaf Foods, which is one of our sponsors, and away we go.
And whereabouts is that located?
It's Mississauga Road in the 401, basically. It's in the Industrial Parkway, I believe it's called. It's just north of the 401 in Mississauga Road, so it's very accessible. Literally 2 minutes, from the highway.
It's easily accessible for everybody, and it sounds like $50. It's a good bang for your buck. You got, great movies, raffles, and you're supporting a good cause. So
lots of snacks. And
if you're tuning in right now, and there's snacks, there's pop, there's movies, raffles. If you're tuning in and you got $50, you get over there and get a ticket. I won't even try to recite that URL. I'll for sure mess it up, but I know we'll put it in the we'll put it in the bio. Yeah. And
We Care Canada We Care Canada. I'll figure it out. The other thing we have just coming up is in later on in the season, close to the holiday season, we did it last year the first time, is a holiday auction, an online auction. So because our supporters didn't get the opportunity to support a lot of our events because we didn't have events, they send us tons of gifts. And it's perfect for people who are looking to do holiday shopping. And we get all the alcohol companies are huge supporters of us. So we get these big baskets and toys and all kinds of stuff. It's a really neat thing. Again, that's on our website.
Fan favorite. And for all the guys out there that are, used to doing the last minute shopping thing, maybe just head over there and check it out, and you can get your shopping done a little early.
All set, Sean.
Yeah, exactly. I'm all set. I'm one of them. Brent's outing me here. I'm a last minute shopper. I think we all are. Come
absolutely.
On. It creeps up on us. But I just wanted to throw it back when we were talking about earlier. Brent, you mentioned Bobby Orr. Do you have any good stories about attending the Bobby Orr camps, or any stories of meeting him, anything fun like that?
I will tell you, it was December 27th, 1985. I skated with a Learn to Skate program in the Woodbridge Figure Skating Club, and for a couple of years I wasn't doing that well. I wasn't that coordinated. I had a walker and I couldn't push it and skate at the same time. I was discouraged. I was like, I can't do this, and I met a really nice girl, and she said, I'm going to try and help you here. And I was like, well, I was on the ice, and said, well, you're not going to, because we have a problem here. We need to have a goal for you. And I said, well, like to skate at Maple Leaf Gardens. Well, okay, fine, but you're not going to do that on the ground, are you? And the match was on. Like, it was just okay. You do what I say for a couple of years, you'll be there. So within a year, she had me coordinated enough to push and skate at the same time. And a couple of years later, I had my beginner's figure skating badge. But a couple of years after learning to use the walker, I saw a poster. I was at a medical appointment at the I guess it was the Hugh McMillan Center at the time, and said Bobby Orr Skateathon, December 27th. I said, Mom, I think this is the year. So I phoned down to Easter Shields, and I knew one of the event coordinators there at the time, and I said, can we have some pledge sheets for my high school? Yep. So I signed up, and I went down and I was I've been to a hockey game a million times. I was used to walking into the building, and this day would be different. I would walk down the hallway and go down the ice. I was like, holy crap, I'm here, this is amazing. So I step on the ice, and after about 5 minutes, I made some friends, and what do you want to do? I said, I just want to do as many laps as I can. Okay, we'll be beside you, and about, I'd say, an hour and a half into the event, had a tap on the shoulder from Bobby Orr himself, and he said, "Are you going to do 50 laps?" And I said, "If that's what the pledge sheet says, I'm certainly going to try." And he said, I'll try and coach her. I want to support you during your 50th lap. I want to do your 50th lap with you." And I didn't know what that meant, but I said, okay, that's fine. And I was in awe, but I was like, oh, well, if I'm going to do 50 laps, we can't worry about that right now. We just got to do it, and whatever happens, happens. And I remember they announced my name over the loudspeaker and over the PA system. There's a young gentleman at the south end of the building, about to complete his 50th lap with a walker, and I was like looking all over the place and said, gee, I'm at the south end of the building, that's me. So, and we did it for Bobby Orr assisted me for, it was an annual challenge or an annual thing. He would assist me and for the 50th lap every year, and we've been friends ever since, and I'm still in touch from time to time.
That's amazing. That's a great story. I thought you had maybe like, hey, you shook his hand once, but you have a real Bobby Orr story. You skated with him, you know. That's awesome.
He's been very good to me over the years, me and my family.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I was just going to say really quick that it was the Bobby Orr skate for Easter Seals kids. So I mean, he took the time to be there every year for many years. It's now turned into the Maple Leaf skate for Easter Seals kids. But yeah, it was just great to have him as part of it. Obviously, it's Bobby Orr, for crying out loud.
It's Bobby Orr. That's right. Yeah, I have a slight Bobby Orr story, not with me, but it's my dad. I think I've told it on the podcast before, so I won't go through the whole thing. But it was something to do with my dad's grandparents' cottage. Was next door to Bobby Orr's family's cottage. And I don't know what happened, but Bobby Orr chased my dad down the street. So I don't know if it's true. He says that. Maybe he was trying to get an autograph, and he's like, get out of here. I don't know what the story is. I butchered it a million times. But my dad's grandparents' cottage was next to Bobby Orr's family. I think it was in the Couchiching area or something. Okay, I can't remember. But,
here's mine.
Anyway.
I first met Bobby when I was doing a sports anchor at City TV. And Bobby was in the station promoting the skate. So, we used to do crazy things. So I took him out in the parking lot. We had some sticks and we had a net and a tennis ball. And I said, okay, Bobby, you know what? Take some shots on me. And you know what? I thought I was a pretty good road hockey goalie at the time. So he starts...
Growing up on the street playing road hockey.
So the camera's shooting it, and he turns to the camera and he goes, watch this, top left corner. And I can hear him. So, okay, here it comes. It's in the net before I could breathe. He's just picking daisies.
Sniped it.
Oh, man. You just forget what level those guys are,
How much better they are. You think you're good because you can rob your buddy on the street. But when they strap up and grab the stick, they're on another level.
It was humbling, but it was great.
Anyway, well, on that note, guys, I think we'll wrap it up. Thanks so much for coming on. This has been fun. It's been fun hearing about the stories and, the background of the charity and what you guys do for everybody. It's amazing work, and everybody has to get out there and support. So make sure if you're looking for something to do on July 23rd and August 27th, you said?
That's right.
If you're looking for something to do, we got some drive-in movies in Mississauga. It's $50. It supports a good cause. There's raffles, a lot of snacks, drinks, fun time. And if you're a golfer, actually, you know what? You don't even have to be a golfer. If you enjoy getting out with friends and you want to support a good cause, check out Brent's golf tournament. You can go to www.charitygolfchallenge.ca. I didn't butcher that URL. I made sure I had that one handy. And you can support it, get out there, and have a good time. So thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, sir.
And hopefully we'll see you soon on the golf course. I'll have to get in touch with Paul and see if I'm making one of those foursomes. All right, guys.
Thank
We'll
you.
talk to you later.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Okay.
All right, take it easy.